So here we are in Juda, and so Sun Shang Shang explains where she and Chuan are from a world called Mirsha, and they were allied with Liu Bei and his warriors, locked in battle with the mighty army of Cao Cao. And last they saw her, the place was in the middle of their final showdown, the Battle of Red Cliffs, when the warriors' surging energies collided, and apparently the impact blew them all the way over to this world. Yasuda recognises all those names because he's a Three Kingdoms nerd, and Shang Shang's like, 3 Kingdoms? What's that? And Moritsugu explains here that she just related is all ancient history in our world. And the story Yamashita mentioned depicts the nations established by Sun Quan, Liu Bei, and Cao Cao in their battles. And these two are like, what the? Were we taken into the future? And Joey's like, no. Yeah. No. The thought of ancient humans being Gundams is that can't be right. And Damien agrees, saying that it makes the story of aliens coming to Earth in search of ninja sound realistic. And then she's like, "Ugh, you making fun of me?" And she says, "From where we stand, it's the soft-skinned humans of this world that are very unrealistic." And then Joe's like, "Wait, soft-skinned?" And then Ishigami comes in and is like, "Okay, we did tests, and indeed, Sun Chan and Sun Sanjiang are humans. They're definitely actually humans. So, despite our different standards of what normal humans are like, he wants that everyone to keep in mind." Was Lu Bu Gundam then? Yeah! If the rest of them were Gundams, then Lu Bu definitely was. And then Mike's like, okay, I'm gonna take some getting used to some humans who became Gundams, but sure. And then Shen Chuan is like, please tell me more about this world, and he will read this Romance of the Three Kingdoms. And then Yasha says, well, in that case, I suggest you start with the manga. It's a really long story. And Morisugu then says, more impressive than all this is the fact that 2 completely separate worlds share such common features as Gundams and the Three Kingdoms. Perhaps Mirisha is just a parallel version of our Earth? And Ishigami's like, I wonder. That might be a simplistic way of putting it. Elsewhere, Richard's been called by Sumeragi with news. A celestial being will be escorting a goodwill ambassador. You see, a certain mysterious fleet is currently heading towards Earth, and everything's been kept really hush-hush to avoid mass panic. And so we've had the Scrug, the El Shank, and now this fleet as well. Federation government's probably freaking out about all this stuff going down. And Sumeragi says, yeah, and it's a big fleet we're talking about. So they're sending their ambassador to try and get a read on the situation. And Richard can see why, because mobilising the army without thinking things through could antagonise the arrivals, and no one needs that. But why mobilise Celestial Being? And Sumeragi says, there's more to their mission than just being escorts. He's like, so yeah. And so, Misagawa brings the new arrivals to Ishigami. Captain Scarlet Hibiki of the WSO, leader of the Green Falcon Squad. No, that is Gren Falcon Squad. And Subordinate Lieutenant Tsubasa Yuki. And when Yamashita asks, Ishigami says that the WSO is an elite strike team, wholly independent of the Federation Army, and they're here to get UX's help with a certain little operation. And Scarlet can't tell what it's about, though, so it'll be a bit before it goes down. That said, she's be willing to work with UX until then, and also have to brush up on some combat skills. So it looks like UX have got a new gig, but the problem, Richard says, is that Celestial Being also asked for their help. It's like, Celestial Being? Ha, business is booming, I see, says Ishigami. But Juda remains the main client, so Richard wants to hear Ishigami's opinion. And, well, he'd like them to stick around as Juda still has the line barrel to deal with. What about the other folks? And so Romano fears the El Shank staying here will draw another the boom attack. And maybe a good idea for them to take off and draw their attention elsewhere. And as for Sun Chuan, he'd like to look for his other companions. They were all split up after they were brought to this world. If he and Shin Shang could stay here to do that, then that'd be preferable. So, the El Shank will be leaving, and the Suns will stay. What will UX do? And so it's go with Celestial Being, and then it's the ninjas and Mazan Kaiser Skull, or stay at Juda and get the line barrels, the Gundams, and Mazakai's skull, and the other one will have the Macross as well. And we'll do the Juda first because that's the way Brunom's doing it. So we'll stay at Juda. So Richard's concerned about the Celestial Being job, but figures the line barrel's the priority right now. It'll be best if they're around in case anything weird goes down. Ishigami is grateful, and that also means that Scarlet and Tsubasa will be helping out with this as well. And then on the other route, Richard's just like, I'm worried about Celestial Being, let's go to space. But otherwise it's exactly the same. Roman has a suggestion for Richard then. The Elshank crew could also help Celestial Being on the mission. Obora immediately is like, what the what? And then Roman reminds me how much Richard and Ishigami have helped them, and it's now their turn to help back. And Richard is sure they'll appreciate their firepower, and he'll say if you really if you really want to, because it's already got enough firepower. And Joe's crew is fine with it as well, considering they're all hitching a ride on the ship. They'll go wherever Roman decides to go, and the princess is grateful for his support. Ilmora scowls again, because that's what he's like, and Rennie follows suit. He's like, why is Joe nice to the princess? And then Mike's like, hey Rennie, what's got you being so mad, looking so mad? You be quiet, stupid. And then punches him. But whatever the case, Ishigami says the Suns are more than welcome to stay for as long as they like, and Juda will look for information on their missing friends. Chuan thanks him, and Shangjiang adds that they'll help in any way they can. Now here's hoping that Lu Xun and Zhou Yu are doing well. Definitely humans. They even did DNA tests.